let me now bring in Vice President for the National Border Patrol Council, Chris Cabrera. Chris, good morning to you. Let me just pick up where Ryan just left off. You've got Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem says that she's in talks with at least 5 other Republican governors to bring similar camps to their states. Texas, South Carolina, Mississippi have already expressed interest. Any inside scoop on your end where we'll see them pop up next?
You know, I'm not sure where they'll pop up next. I would imagine, you know, obviously border states like Texas would probably be home to one. But, you know, I think a lot of this, you know, problems coming from the left is the media. You know, they're making these camps out to be some, you know, just squalid conditions, and that's anything but the case. Anybody that knows anything about CBP knows that there's real high standards going into our detention facilities.
Well, and also Democrats too. I mean, sole blame can't just be put on the media. Border czar Tom Homan says ICE needs about 40,000 more beds for detained migrants. How many facilities are needed to reach that goal?
You know, not too many. I think what people are looking past here is what's always been needed is to secure the border first. And once you stem the flow, then you have an easier time as far as getting those that are amenable to deportation, housing them and sending them back, because we're not having a huge influx on the back end of that. So I think the hardest part is being done, is almost accomplished here. The border is the securest I've ever seen in my 24 years in the patrol. So I think that's the first major hurdle that needed to be overcome. And everything after that, it's just downhill from there.
Yeah, and so let me ask you about that new CBS poll that just dropped showing that 56% of respondents disapprove of his handling on immigration. Yet, you know, to your point, the president is making good on his campaign promise, right? I mean, Customs and Border Protection just came out with your latest numbers and encounters. They're at an all-time low. Why is there a contradiction in these numbers, you think, especially when you look back to the election and economy and immigration were the top 2 issues that got him reelected back to the White House?
You know, people believe what you tell them to believe as far as media, what they watch on TV, what they see on their social media, as opposed to coming down and actually seeing these facilities for themselves. And as Border Patrol agents, we learned that firsthand. People that have never been down here were telling us what it was like working on the border, and we know it. We live it every day. So my thought is, you know, before you're going to pass judgment, do some research, find out what it is you're complaining about, the squalid conditions, actually look at them, see what they are, and make up your own mind. But, you know, unfortunately, we're in a time where the majority of people's news comes from Facebook and TikTok. They don't actually watch valid news sites, and this is where we end up.
Let me ask you about the inside of these facilities. It's being reported that hundreds of people in Alligator Alcatraz have no criminal record. Now, you know, obviously the point being made by the Trump administration here is that if you're here illegally, you've committed a crime. But can you tell us any more about who's actually being held there? Are these the worst of the worst, as the White House said it would target?
You know, I haven't been in there. I don't know for a fact. I do know, though, that some of these facilities like that, there are going to be more of a hardened criminal type as opposed to administrative criminals. But I'm sure there are some mixed in there. At the end of the day, though, you broke the law, you came in illegally, and, you know, this is, you know, jail. It's jail. I mean, jail's not supposed to be nice. It's not supposed to be pretty. It's not supposed to be fun. It's jail.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.